Yeah, today we have Arthur Mohammed, a director that's worked with some talented people in Hollywood. Could you tell us how you got into filmmaking?
Do you want the long story or the short story?
Well, we have limited time, maybe the short story.
Okay, so short story is um, I went to SMU on a football scholarship,
Yeah,
and that's the first time that I saw cinema, like in the in the pamphlet when you start picking out your classes and everything.
yeah,
And even though I never jumped straight into it at that time because my whole focus was playing football, but all through my life, filmmaking was always like kept popping up, even from elementary school. We did a stop motion project with an animated, animation figure. And then
yeah.
when you take the picture and then you move it and you take the picture and you move the
Oh,
animation. And
yeah,
so then when I saw that, it always stuck with me. In high school, I had one job and I
yeah,
worked at a movie theater. And at that theater is when Do the Right Thing came out when I was working at the movies. And that's Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing.
yes,
And I literally watched that movie every day, every
yeah,
day. I was watching it. And that was a film that inspired me. And I bought me a 16 millimeter film camera after I ended up leaving school. I didn't graduate yet. I
yeah,
left and started making thought I was going to make a movie, and I did. And
yeah,
that was a long time ago and haven't looked back since. So I made about 16, 17 feature films since
yeah.
then.
Okay. So what has been the biggest hurdle you've had in this business?
I would say, getting the movies done is easy for me to get them done, right? Getting them out now is easy for the most part, but marketing, uh, public relations, PR and marketing, getting like critics to do reviews, that is what I'm finding is the most difficult part. That's the biggest hurdle because you can have the best product in the world, but if you can't market it and let the people know about
Yes,
it, it's like it's almost null and void, especially now with so many, feature films being made because it's easy to get a camera, a video camera, or your cell phone and make
yeah,
a movie and get it on Tubi or Amazon. So now not only do you compete with the big films that have all the marketing, now you got the smaller films that just flood in the market.
yeah.
So I would say marketing, definitely.
Okay. So could you tell us who you've worked with in the past on your past projects?
I worked with quite a few, when I first started out, I'm trying to go in order. So when I first started out, I worked with just local people, my friends, whoever I could find. Look, you're gonna get in this movie. That's where it started. So our second film, though, we was able to get Reagan Gomez. And so Reagan Gomez was in that film, Zero was in that film, a couple other people. So then I did a film, First Impression. In that film, we had Lamont Rucker, Lisa Arundel, Elise Neal, Carl Payne. I mean, it was a few people in there. Even
Yeah,
uh, Kendrick Cross. Uh, so that was that film. And then Carter High, I had Vivica Fox,
yeah.
Charles Dutton, uh,
Remember him from Drunk?
David Banner, Hooch
Yeah,
they was in that film. So my recent film, Behind You, we have Tiffany Black, and that's Norman Nixon
yeah.
Jr. right there, and Odessa Feaster and Lance Nichols. So I had the privilege to work with some talented people.
Okay. So speaking of the movie, could you tell us what this project is about?
So 12 is about a family that gets stuck in a house. So they all go to the house after the father dies, to kind of like, just hang out. You know how we do sometimes when
Yeah,
someone dies, kind of go to the family, to the house. And this family was really big on dominoes, hence why you see the dominoes in that shot. So, but the dominoes represents a lot more than just dominoes. Back in the day, when I was doing my research, I discovered that dominoes was made initially like out of elephant tusks, bones. And so in the hood, when we playing dominoes, we call them bones. And so the movie is called 12, and the game is started with Big Six.
Yeah,
So, and 12 represents, it's such a spiritual number. I mean, you have 12 months in a year, you have 12 zodiac signs, you have 12 notes in a musical scale, so that you have 12 disciples,
yeah,
So that number is a really, really deep number. But this family gets stuck in this house for 12 hours, which is half a day.
yeah.
So it's broken up in 12 hours. So that's where the number 12 come from. But you got to see it, and it's on Fandango right now. And if you go check it out, you'll see all the what I'm talking about in regards to the number 12.
Okay, so how was it like working with this cast and putting this project together?
It was great. Everybody did a great job. They when they came together, they actually still are like a family to this day. So that, everybody's, not everybody, but everybody probably don't talk to everybody, but in some form of fashion, they all still have a good, relationship with each other. And like Tiffany calls Odessa auntie, they refer to her still as auntie because
Yeah,
she's the aunt in the film. So everybody did an excellent job. And it was we in the house all together for the whole movie. The whole movie basically takes place in one location. So that was a new obstacle or
yeah,
difficulty for me, and that is shooting in this one house and trying to make it look unique and different, and not having the same shots. So
yeah,
that was a challenge.
yeah. So when you're coming up with ideas for movies, where do you draw that inspiration from?
For this particular film, it was drawn from I was actually getting my MFA, my master's in film.
Yeah,
And this was actually one of my thesis projects that I wrote. So that's where this started from. So me and my dad and my uncle, we played dominoes a lot. So I knew I wanted to make a movie about dominoes. And I'm a big fan of movies like 12 Angry Men, where the whole movie basically takes place in a jury room, where in Rear Window by
yeah,
Alfred Hitchcock, where it's kind of take place where he's sitting in this one room and kind of just looking out. So I wanted to do something that took place in one location as well. So I kind of incorporated that with the fact that, me and my dad and him played dominoes a lot. And my father had recently passed. So that's why in the movie, the gentleman, the pops, we call him pops in the movie, he
yeah.
passed. So personal experience for the most part is where I draw the inspiration from.
Okay. So do you have any other projects on the horizon?
We have Bid for Love 2 that actually we just dropped the trailer a few days ago. Of course, we did Bid for Love 1. Matter of fact, I even left off people that I work with in that film. So we work with Blue Kimball. He's in Bid for Love. Uh, man, so many people we got in this last film. Don Halfkinney. Uh, let me see. Who else is in there? Tosha Story, um, Black China. Man,
Oh,
it's so many people in there. Like when you see it, Eva, she's in there. David Banner, he's in there. It's a lot. It's a lot of people.
so on average in a year, how much movies do you push out?
Lately I've been pushing out 2 to 3 films a year.
Okay.
So, and that's for the past like 3 years, three
Yeah.
or 4 years. They've
People could
been,
go look up your stuff and expect something in the year.
oh, yes, sir. I actually have two scripts that I finished writing.
Yeah.
So one of them will be next.
So is there anything else you want our viewers to know about yourself or anything you think that they should know?
Well, I would say just look up, like my films and just really that's the biggest thing that you can do is just support. Most of my films are free, even like on Tubi. And if you just put my name in, Arthur Muhammad, they will come up. Not only do I write and direct, I also edit, as well. I teach film directing at Collin College here it's actually in Collin, but I'm in Dallas. I don't know where you're at or where most of the viewers are at.
Well, it's North America. I'm in Toronto, but we also
Okay,
have based in Atlanta and New York.
okay. So
Had
so
one in, we had one in LA a few years ago.
okay.
Yeah, so it's all over.
So yeah, that's pretty much all about me, man. And really if you could check out 12, it's right now on Fandango, Voodoo, and just put 12 in, just spell it out
Yeah.
and check it out.
Okay. I know you have limited time with everybody, so
All
thanks for.
right. Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Thanks.
Mhm.